we can make that work and perform. So many of the customers came to our booth, and they will ask us a lot of different questions about how to select the platform for the Industry 4.0. So I summarized some important points. For example, proprietary platform. So basically, many customers, they don't like the proprietary platform anymore. So what is a proprietary platform? For example, like Mitsubishi platform or Siemens platform. Why is that? Because basically they are very good and very good product, and they have very good platform hardware and so forth. But because they have their own protocol, so for all of their customers, they need to buy the whole set of their product, hardware, software, everything from them. So that's what I call the proprietary platform, because you cannot use other brand of the hardware to connect in the same network. So because the first items of the proprietary platform, so for the user, they do not have the hardware selection right, or they even cannot have the right for the cost reduction, because what they can select or they can buy the hardware just from their different channel, different distributor. So there is no difference. For the Industry 4.0, yes, of course, the most important, the new feature will be cloud connectivity. And like I said earlier, do you need the multiple development tool? And for the machine maker or for the system integrator, that they need a very good and also the convenient development tool for their integration. Is that easy? Is that simple? And the last one, of course, I will introduce our real-time operating system, because they say this way, the heart of the automation machine is the controller. But how we make the controller to be very, very precise? That's because we have a very good and high-end performance of the real-time operating system. That's the core product. And that make us have been working well with many world-class customers in the past 30 years. This is a good example. Siemens, our good business partner in Europe, and I guess everybody heard about that. So in the early time, they have their own Windows-based software PLC product. So it called the product called the WinAC RTX app. So you can see that that's their website, and you can search that on the internet. So this product basically that because this system, this PLC system is the Windows-based, it will be for the industry application. So they are really, really concerned about the safety and also the performance precisely. So that's why that they are using our real-time operating system, RTX, at bottom of their PLC. So they make their PLC logic running inside of our RTX. And the message showing on the screen is that so Siemens took the whole system, the hardware and software together to get the reward of the TUV-CO3 safety rating. So that means even though it's a Windows system, but it still can be very safe for the industry application. But how to make that work for the security and safety? I'll explain that later. I have the architecture. So like I said earlier, in the past 30 years, we have been working many well-known customer worldwide. You can see like Boeing, Siemens, Herco, which is the big CNC maker in the US. You can see Samsung, you can see Applied Material, Panasonic, Juki. So we can see, you can see that Juki, Panasonic, they are a big SMT machine in Japan. Samsung using our RTX for their semiconductor machine. Applied Material using our Kingstar for their solar cell equipment. And more on the next page. So you can see that many of our product using our RTX or Kingstar on the different application. For example, Notch using our RTX for the robot. Three or four major Taiwanese robot maker are also using our Kingstar. You can see the automation machine and the MRI machine that was made by the GE Healthcare, and they are also using our RTX. So how our RTX to be perform well and also very precise. As you can see on the screen, the jitter of the real time, that we can make that jitter as 1 to 2 microseconds. It's very, very, very precise. And that's why that those customers like our product. But not only this, for the Kingstar, because it's based on our RTX, on top of that, we have the we support the EtherCAT master, and we have the software motion control API, and also soft PLC. So all our customers that they can have multiple development tool for their engineers, and the different engineer may have the different skill. So on this page, you can see that the motion car should be very popular for the PC based controller, and also the vision, the camera. You can see the traditional PLC. So what I would like to share with you is that for those application that it has been very, very popular, but those are the hardware solution. But for us, and because the current CPU technology has been performed very well, so we can turn those motion vision or PLC or other application, that we can turn those features from hardware to software. We don't need those hardware, but we still can run as good as them or even better. And we can integrate them in one PC. How is that? The concept, for example, the motion car, is the motion logic running inside of the DSP. the DSP chip on the car, but the car is running with Windows. So when you are having the motion car, but it will still influenced by Windows. But for us, the concept is very simple. The motion logic running inside of our RTX, but our RTX is running in the physical CPU core. So you can imagine that the motion logic together with our RTX and in one physical CPU core, then that will be similar to the motion car. So this page just showing you the architecture that I just explained to you. So let me take the right hand side. If you as an example, if your PC has 4 CPU core, so before you install our RTX, so 4 CPU core should run with Windows. But once you install our RTX, then you can configure and you can assign any CPU core. For example, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You can assign, for example, 2 or 3 CPU core that you want to run our RTX. So that will like the picture you are seeing right now. So you can see that the system, Windows as a general purpose OS, and RTX is the real-time operating system. So they are running independent. So that's why I can explain to you that that's why the customer, they like our product, because each one of them, I mean, the Windows and RTX, they are running separately, but they will not influence to each other. So once Windows crash, the RTX is still running. And this is the key feature of our RTX. So, and that will also explain to you why Siemens can get the safety rating for their system. And from the different angle, then you can see that Windows is running in the core 0. And on the right-hand side, the RTX running inside of the core 1, meaning Windows and RTX are running in different CPU core. And on top of the RTX, we are supporting the different application. We have the software motion API. We have the partner in the US doing the CNC system. Like I said, that we have the robot customer in Taiwan, Japan, and China. The vision system, and here you can see is the vision running in our RTX, which we call the real-time vision. And most of the customer, their vision application is running in Windows. So if you are interested about the real-time vision, I think we can find the other time and talk about that. And also on the right-hand side, you can see we have the software PLC. It's pretty similar to the Siemens software PLC, having their PLC logic running in our RTX. So you can see that, and we can have RTX doing the motion control on the right-hand side on the different CPU core, but you can make your UI or your MES IoT platform running in Windows. And also you can see that we are also recommend our customer using the shared memory at the bottom of this chart. So you can see that your data in Windows and the data on top of the RTX, we are using the shared memory to do the data handshaking. So your UI can get the data from the shared memory, and the RTX can share the data put at the shared memory, so that your Windows, your UI, your IoT, your MES, ERP can get the data. So as I say, Kingstar is a pure software platform. It's 100% software. So all the hardware you need, including the IPC, include the EtherCAT slave, drive, I/O. In the middle, that's the new sensor we call the I/O link. It's a new sensor, new protocol. Is also supporting EtherCAT and also ProfitNet, so you can connect easily through the EtherCAT. The vision, and even though the robot, you can integrate them easily in one platform. And this is the key feature that we would like to introduce you today. So any hardware brand you can select, you can buy, you can connect everything by your own. So it's not a proprietary, it's open. And for you, it's easy to do the integration for the different features. And the most important, that you can select any brand of the hardware. You can do the cost optimization by your own. Isn't this exciting? So this page, I just do the summarize the benefit of using a software platform. So as the architecture, I just show you, we have been fully utilized the all CPU core that you buy from the shop. It's easy to do the system integration. And our EtherCAT supporting the plug and play, like the Windows. And this is the other solution do not have. And we are also supporting the industry standards like EtherCAT, GigaVision, PLC Open, I/O link for the sensor, and also our PLC supporting Modbus OPC UA server for your data. So you can see that all the hardware you need, as long as they are following those industry standards, you can connect them easily, and you can control the cost as well. So as I just introduced you the plug and play feature for our EtherCAT. It can make the auto scan and auto configuration. How is that work? As you can see, many brands on the screen. So we are just perform like Microsoft. So Kingstar has been tested all the brand of the hardware, and we have the right ESI file in our Kingstar. So our software, when you turn on the Kingstar, it will automatic to scan all the hardware you have been connected. It will scan, it will recognize all the brand, and it will do all the configuration automatically. So you do not do anything of the EtherCAT configuration. Why is that so important? Because the EtherCAT configuration is very complex, and a lot of EtherCAT users have been that worst experience that once they want to switch to the different hardware brand, they need to do all the configuration, and it's not easy. So this is our strength, and we help our customer that you don't need to do anything on the EtherCAT. We do everything in Kingstar. So comparing to the old generation of the architecture, as I just take as the example of the motion car. So the motion car, there is a DSP running a real-time operating system inside, and normally that real-time operating system were using the VxWorks. So they have the VxWorks real-time operating system in DSP and on the car. So on this chart, you can see that you have multiple drive, and you need the multiple motion car, and you have many cables. For example, 16 drive, you have 16 cables. Maybe you need 2, 3, or 4 motion car. So the chart just show you that you have 4 motion car. That means you have purchased 4 real-time operating system doing your motion work. But the 4 real-time operating system just do one thing, the motion for you. But remember, the Kingstar, we have RTX, and you can still record your memory of the architecture. One Kingstar, one RTX can do multiple things: robot, PLC, normal motion, or even CNC. Comparing to this chart, you can see for real time, just do one thing, is the motion. It's the big difference. And for the frame grabber, it's the same architecture. So you still can remember that I introduced you the real-time vision. So the real-time vision can be easily to replace the frame grabber, and this is the concept.
Xin cảm ơn ông với phần giới thiệu vô cùng chi tiết và hữu ích vừa rồi. Và tiếp theo sau đây chúng ta sẽ đến với các câu hỏi tương tác dành cho quý vị. Chúng ta sẽ có một số câu hỏi được hiện lên trên màn hình trong thời gian sắp tới đây. Xin mời câu hỏi ạ. Như vậy là chúng ta cũng có thêm 5 câu hỏi từ Insta gửi đến cho quý vị. Như quý vị đang trên màn hình, xin lỗi là 4 câu hỏi ạ. Và hầu như các câu hỏi này đều là về những kinh nghiệm của quý vị khi mà mình sử dụng một số các giao thức tự động hóa. Chúng ta có thể chọn một số các đáp án mà chúng ta thấy phù hợp với câu trả lời nhất. Qua các câu hỏi này thì ban tổ chức cũng như là Kingstar cũng có thể hiểu rõ hơn về những khó khăn và các quý vị đang phải gặp phải trong quá trình chúng ta thực hiện các hoạt động tự động hóa hoặc là nâng cấp tự động hóa. Và thông qua đây thì chúng tôi hy vọng là chúng tôi có thể mang đến được nhiều thông tin hữu ích hơn cho quý vị cho các chương trình sau. Chúng ta còn một ít thời gian để hoàn thành phần câu hỏi của quý vị và của chúng ta, và hy vọng quý vị có thể nhanh tay thực hiện hoàn thành phần câu hỏi này ạ. Cảm ơn quý vị đã tham gia trả lời các câu hỏi của chương trình của chúng ta ngày hôm nay. Và tiếp theo chương trình, một lần nữa tôi xin mời ông Alex không quay lại màn hình để chúng ta có thêm phần chia sẻ về các lợi ích khi sử dụng nền tảng phần mềm và các ví dụ cụ thể. Xin kính mời ông ạ.
So today, I would like to introduce you the new concept. It's not so special. Our customer has been using many years, but because the technology, we would like to introduce you the Kinstar software automation platform. So for the traditional machine with the backplane, you can see the chart. You have the small PLC together with some small I/O or the hardware or connection with complex cables. But if you take the software platform, then you can see the architecture. You can make that shrink, and you don't need many small PLC or I/O or even the cable. And you can make your backplane even smaller. So you don't need many hardware, meaning you can save money. Regarding the architecture of the automation line, I just make a very simple comparison here. On top of that, that will showing you the traditional automation line architecture. So each station, you will need one controller with HMI, with drive, and many cables. So if you have 4 or 5 stations, then you will have 4 or 5 controller with 4 or 5 HMI or monitor and many cables. But if you take Kinstar, then you can see that because we are supporting EtherCAT, and you can using one cable to connect 20, 30, or even 15 slaves. And the PC is so important here because we have 2 operating systems. Windows as general purpose, so you can do your SCADA, your HMI, your UI, your IoT here. And for the RTX, it's mainly to help you to do the control, machine control. And for the machine control data, we can easily to send it to cloud through the Windows by Modbus or OPC or any protocol you have been familiar with. So it's a huge difference. To support the EtherCAT protocol, it's very simple because it's standard, it's open, and you can connect all different brands as long as those hardware are supporting EtherCAT protocol. So you can connect the different brand of the hardware. So for example, if you need a very precise performance for your machine, you can select, for example, Japanese brand or the Germany brand. If you need some cost reduction solution for your machine, then you can select the other different brand, for example, from China or any lower price of the hardware. So all the cost has been on your own, on your hands. And this is an example. We make one demo that through the Modbus or OPC-way server we support, that you can choose any third party of the sub HMI or the HMI, for example, like Profess. You can easily to connect as long as they are support Modbus or OPC way. So there's no limitation that you can select any third party to integrate together. So today I prepare, because the webinar, I cannot bring the demo machine to you. So I just having the 3 video today to show you how we make that work. So the first one is we call this simple industrial IoT. This demo machine that we have been done 5 years ago. This is our first demo machine. So you can see that the main station has the motion with 1 camera. And you can see the yellow cable. That means it's running the EtherCAT protocol. So from the picture you can see right now, once the main station is motion together with vision, and the other station has the 3 motor, but running from the 2 drive. And you can see the drive are from the different brand. So we made this demo to show you how the EtherCAT work and how Kingstar work. And for those 2 stations, but you can see there's 1 screen. Basically, that's the touch PC. This is our controller. And the Kingstar is running in this touch PC. So we're using 1 cable to support the EtherCAT, and 1 cable to support the PoE, and then to support the electric to the camera. So 1 PC, we can do many things. And you can see the 2 stations, they have do the different motion, 2 different programs, but they are all in 1 controller. So later on, you will see the PLC screen. That's showing you how PLC work. And later on, you will see another screen. It's a very simple, the IoT platform. And the last things that you can see, 1 PC and 1 mobile phone. That means that we can see, because on this demo, we are also having all the drive, the motor data sending to the cloud by Wi-Fi or by the cable. So the last thing you can see, the PC and the mobile phone, you can get the data from the internet. You can see exactly the same data. So let me show you, let me play the video. So you can see the vision and motion running together. And you can see this is the 2 different brands of the drive. We can connect them easily. And this is the PLC. But right now we have the new version. But same thing is connect to the different brand of the drive. So the white cable is the data. This is the IoT platform. And we also have the Wi-Fi. So this is how I said, PC, mobile phone, we can take the same data from the internet. So here's So here is the architecture. You can see one platform having the motion API, and we have the vision, real-time vision, and we have the software PLC. So basically, I can also tell you that if you have the PLC, you have the motion running here, and you have the vision if you take the real-time vision. And basically, you can learn how to do the real-time program. So you can write a RTX program here to integrate motion and vision together. This is how we make the machine work. The second demo, because about 3-4 years ago, we have developed the eCam, e-gearing features. So we also make a new demo for these features. So we simulate that like a label printing machine. And also you can see there's 2 different brand of the drive. And here this two station connect by the EtherCAT. And this is the palm size of the IPC. So you can see 2 different stations running 2 different programs, but in one PC. It's pretty simple. So here is the architecture, even simple. It's the motion for one station, and this is the PLC for another station. So one PC, we can do multiple things together. And this is the latest demo we have been done about 2 years ago. Still remember that we have been working with one CNC company in the US. So we took their CNC system to make a 3X of the CNC machine. And we also borrow one UR robot. So we make them to collaborate together. And I will show you. So this is the 3X CNC and the UR robot. So you can see this, the G code of the CNC system. I stop right here, and because this is, I would like to introduce you. This is our the current SOAP PLC look and feel. And why I stop right here, because you can see this is the PLC function block. And the most important is that we connect the robot, but we are not using any their control, but we have our sub PLC to control the robot. So in this PC, we have the PLC, we have the CNC. We get another cable to connect to the robot controller, so we can send the command from our sub PLC to the robot. So this is how we would like to demo that the CNC control one machine, And also we have the PLC to control the robot from the outside. So any movement of the robot, you can see that's the each function block to make that happen. So for this demo, you can connect any brand of the robot. You can do the same thing. And your integration or your customer to control the robot, basically, you just need to do is the PLC control. So this is the architecture. You can see that the CNC and also the PLC. So one PC, you can do the CNC and also getting the PLC command to control the robot. It's easy. The next page, this is a good another good example, and we would like to show you, not show you, but share with you. This is an important project in Taiwan this year. We have one semiconductor machine customer. They take the Kingstar to be their main control of this semiconductor machine. So the control by the PLC, and the machine also having the 4x of the robot. So the orange part is the robot kinematics. So for the one PC, they use the PLC to control about 24 axes of the drive, and including the I/O, but also in parallel that they can control the 4x of the robot. And why it's so important today, this year for us, because this machine is going to ship to TSMC. So this is also, I would like to demo to you that TSMC is also using our Kingstar. So to summarize the benefit of the Kingstar can bring to you. So you can see from all the my introduction and also the video that you can see that one PC with the Kingstar is not only do the one machine control, but it also can be the controller for a production line. And the main focus is we are using the software platform to replace the hardware. And it's because we support EtherCAT, is helping you to do the cost reduction, easy to do the system integration, and also because this is a software platform, so your design can be very flexible and scalable, and it's all the benefit that it can bring to you. And the last bonus that taking the software platform for you is that if you are a machine maker, I'm sure that you have different type of the machine. So by using one software platform, each different type of the machine, you just need to focus on the application on top of the Kingstar. So for example, if you have 10 different kind of machine, you just need to do the 10 different application program on top of the Kingstar. and you can have your own application store in your company. Why is that good? Because if you would like to develop the new type of the machine, and it may be similar from any old type of a machine, so you just need to do the program maybe not redesign, but you just need to do some minor change so you can make the new machine easily, and it's for time to market. You can save your development time and cost, and also the benefit for you because we are in the Windows environment, so you have plenty and rich third-party application you have in the Windows environment, including the MES, ERP, the IoT platform, anything in the for Windows you can easily to find in the market. So in the Windows environment, you are not only doing the motion, vision, those hard work, but you can also easily get the resource, the third-party resource to integrate in the same PC. We are also supporting Windows 10. By the way, we only support 64-bit of the Windows. And right now we only support Windows 10 because Microsoft has been stopped support Windows 7 and Windows 8. So right now, the latest version of the Kingstar only support the Windows 10. For the Kingstar, it has a very specific website for Kingstar product. So we have all the technical document, and including what brand of the drive or IO that we have been tested, and you can select. We have the complete list on the website as well. And also you can apply the trial version on the Kingstar website. So all your application will come to me. So I will provide you the evaluation, so you can try by any PC you have. So your laptop or your PC it can be run. So this is my email, and this is the end of my presentation. So thank you for everyone of your join. If you have any question, you can send me an email, or you can go to the Kingstar website to take a look at. You are welcome to have any question or comment to me. I'm your friends, and I'm hoping that Kingstar can really help your work and to make your life easily. So thank you for everyone, and thank you today.
Vâng, xin cảm ơn phần trình bày rất nhiều thông tin thú vị và hữu ích của ông Alex ạ. Và kính thưa quý vị, vậy là phần trình bày của diễn giả chúng ta đã kết thúc. Chúng ta tiếp theo sẽ đến với phần hỏi đáp và giao lưu. Hiện nay thì ban tổ chức nhận được khá nhiều câu hỏi của các tham dự xoay quanh nền tảng phần mềm của Kingstar. Tôi xin phép được đọc một số các câu hỏi được đặt ra như sau. Chúng ta có khá nhiều câu hỏi bao gồm cả tiếng Anh và tiếng Việt. Đối với những câu hỏi tiếng Anh thì xin quý vị cứ giữ nguyên cái kênh tiếng Việt của mình để mình tiếp tục nghe tiếng Việt nha. Và tôi xin được đọc câu hỏi đầu tiên ạ. What are the top considerations when selecting a high-end controller? I would like to invite Mr. Alex to answer the questions. Mr. Alex, I think you forget to unmute already. Can you have to unmute?
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I think for the first question, I think it's more depends on based on the performance, integration, feasibility, and also the cost. So, for example, just like the video showing in the presentation, and you can see, everybody can see that in our demo machine, we use the touch PC, which is the touch panel with the IPC. So we always showing to our customer and as a demo to tell them that, okay, if you are using PLC right now, a traditional PLC right now, so perhaps you should have another HMI together with your traditional PLC. But for the traditional PLC, it has no data access to the internet based on the Industry 4.0 requirement. So our customer, they will add another PC in order to access the PLC data and then transfer to the internet. So you can see that you will have HMI, traditional PLC, and also the PC. 3 hours to do this PLC work and also send the data. But if you are using a touch PC with our software, then 3 hours will automatically integrate into only 1 hour. So this is what I mean. It will, for this new, well, this is not a new technology, but this is a new type of the product for you. And so you don't need the 3 hours to make the work, to make your PLC working well. So we are providing this great software product. So you only need one PC. So you can integrate all different applications together.
Thank you, Mr. Alex, for your answer. And I would like to read the next answer in Vietnamese. Câu hỏi tiếp theo của chúng ta được đặt ra như sau. Bộ điều khiển này có phần lập trình chưa? Mr. Alex, can you hear the questions?
You mean the question number 2? Sorry.
The question, I just read it in Vietnamese, and you will choose the English channel to listen for the interpreter.
No, I did not hear anything.
Okay, I repeat again, and please, the interpreter, please help us to translate this. Câu hỏi được đặt ra bằng tiếng Việt dành cho ông Alex như sau. Bộ điều khiển này có phần lập trình chưa? I think that the interpreter has a problem, so I would like to translate it to English for you for your answer also. So the question the question is in English. Sorry, the question is in Vietnamese. So English meaning is this controller, should they have the program before? I hope that I translate the right meaning.
Not quite understand your question.
Or
They asked about the software. The software.
Maybe you can type the Vietnamese in the chat box. I can ask someone to translate for me.
Okay. So my team will have to type on the chat box, and can you please have to translate? In the meantime, I will go to the next question in English. Okay.
你可以帮我看一下这个问题吗？
We will come back to the second. We will come back to the second question later. So I will read the third lesson. So how to get this software? How is the cost? How is speed of this system? So the question has two sentences. The first one is how to get this software.
Okay. So our software has two different kind of the software license. One is the SDK, software development kit, and another one is the runtime license. So let me explain a little bit. The software development kit is obviously this is the development tool for your software engineer to develop the program for you. But that will also depends on what kind of the programming you are doing right now. You can do C++, or you can do C Sharp. Sorry. You can do the PLC. So the software development kit, we can provide all kind these three kind of the but you can choose any language you want. So if you are using the SDK to develop the software, then you will need the runtime license to run the software, which is you after you compile your program. So for the whole software package, you will need to buy the SDK and also the runtime license. And the runtime license cost, it will depends on what kind of what volume you need every year, and also it will depends on what kind of the feature you need. You need the PLC, or you need the motion, or how many access you have, or you need the high speed cycle time. So we have multiple options for you.
Thank you, Mr. Alex. So the second, we have two sentence. We still have two sentence of the question. The other one is, we would like to ask how is the cost?
We will not answer the cost here, because as I say, the runtime license, it will depends on your volume and also your options, your features option. So each customer will have a different pricing.
Okay.
But if you have any question regarding the cost or anything, you can just send me an email, and I can answer your cost information on the email.
Okay, so on the question relating to the course, our attendees, please send the email to Mr. Alex to get the answer made later.
Sure.
The third sentence, they are asking about how is speed of this system.
Which one? Let me see. Could you repeat again? Could you repeat the question?
Yes, the question is how is speed of this system? How fast is it?
How fast?
Yes.
Oh,
How is-
okay. I think our colleague has answered the question a little bit before. So regarding the EtherCAT, because Kinstar is follow the Kinstar EtherCAT standard. So first of all, I would like to tell people, all the people, that the cycle time, it will depends on the EtherCAT slave. So it will depends on the brand and also what kind of the EtherCAT slave you purchase. So each different brand or their model, how fast that they can run, it will depends on the hardware. So regarding based on the software, we have no problem. So up to now, we have tested more than 100 of the brand or the models of the EtherCAT slave. So far, the fastest cycle time of the hardware we have tested is about 100 microseconds. So for the software, the cycle time is not an issue.
The answer is good for our attendee already. If you still have, if our attendee have any need any information about this, you just let me know more in the chat box. And the next question is, do Kinstar give training how to program or integrate with diversity of application, example for newbie industry engineer to learn before make it into real application?
Okay. So basically, we have provided the evaluation, so you can apply the evaluation on the Kinstar website. So when you get the evaluation license, then you have the access. You can download the software package. So inside of the software package, we have provide the sample code for the user. So you can have a look of our sample code based on the C# or C++, or even the PLC. So if you have any question about the installation or during your evaluation, you can just contact us. We have the software. We have the software engineer that we can help you to understand more about our software and how you start running the software.
Okay. So our next question will be, I think this one you answered already. So I just read. If you want to answer again, you just repeat it, or else we will move to the next question. Out of data transferring, any other special functions that Kinstar develop up to date? I repeat it again.
Yes.
Out of data transferring, any other special functions that Kinstar developed up to date?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I answered that earlier. So what we are saying, the data transmission is more on the Windows side. So if you have just seen my presentation, so you can see in the architecture. So basically, our software, including the real-time operating system and also the Kinstar, are running on the different CPU core with Windows. So what you mentioned about the data transmission is on the Windows side. So you can choose any IoT platform or any third-party software running on the Windows, but the Kinstar, because of the real time, is more focused on the motion control PLC or the robot features for the automation. So you can just image that you have two different operating systems running on the different CPU core. So your motion control or PLC on the, for example, on the the number one CPU core, and the Windows is running on the number two of the CPU core. But how the data communicate each other. So you can put your data at the shared memory. So no matter is the PLC or the motion control can or your UI on the Windows, both can access the data at the shared memory. And this is how most of our customers that they create their UI on the Windows, and they have their motion control or the PLC on the different CPU core, and that they can work very well to access the same data at the shared memory.
Okay, thank you for your detailed answer. And we'll move to the next question is in Vietnamese. If the translation have some problem, just let me know. I will translate to English for you. Đã có khách hàng nào dùng các giải pháp của Kinstar tại Việt Nam chưa? Và ai là đối tác phát triển của các giải pháp này tại Việt Nam? Can you hear the questions?
I didn't hear any English question.
Okay, so I will translate for you that. The question is, do we have any customer who use Kinstar solution in Vietnam already yet? And who is the partner in Vietnam to develop this solution?
Well, okay. I think we are just start entering the Vietnam market right now, and so that's why that we will have this webinar today. Basically, in the past year, there are few companies from Vietnam has applied the evaluation to try, but none of them have really make the product yet. But we already have the customer in Thailand, in Malaysia, and also the Singapore. Of course, also in Taiwan and China.
Okay, so Vietnam companies are welcome to become your partner, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. So
yes.
Move to the next questions is, okay, difference between Kinstar with software. I'm sorry if I read this one, it's wrong. Difference between Kinstar with software back off, price, technical, or convenient.
not quite understand the question.
They want to know the difference between Kinstar solution, Kinstar software with back half is BECKHOFF.
Oh,
So,
back off.
yes.
Oh, okay. Good question, and it's a good question, and I would like to answer the question and also share with everyone here. So back off, basically they are the how to say, they are the creator of the EtherCAT protocol. But after that, they have opened the EtherCAT to be the industrial standard. So, but industrial standard meaning right now there are few industrial standard protocol. EtherCAT is one of them, and Siemens has the ProfitNet. They used to have the Profit Bus. Right now they have the ProfitNet. And of course, there are also other protocol. For example, the circles, BNR is the PowerLink. But why Backoff is a very good company, but Backoff is a hardware company. They provide the EtherCAT chip for the slave, and they have their own controller, and they also have all tons of the EtherCAT slave. So basically, they have one software platform which is very similar to our Kinstar. It's called the TwinCAT. But actually, TwinCAT is the PLC base. They have the motion control feature, but they do not have the real time. So their TwinCAT is, if you run the TwinCAT on Windows, then the jitter is not stable, just like the normal application running on Windows. So basically, many of our customers, they share with us that if you need a very precise motion, then Backoff will request you to not only purchase their TwinCAT software, but also need to buy their controller as well. But their controller is more expensive than the normal IPC, the industrial PC. But because our company is doing the real-time operating system for 40 years. So we have the real-time operating system inside of the Kinstar, and the Kinstar can run on any industrial PC. I mean, of course, non-ARM based, meaning the Intel or AMD CPU based. So the Kinstar can make your desktop, your laptop, to become the high-end controller. This is why we introduced this product to you today.
Okay, thank you for your question. Actually, we still have a lot of questions with it asked by our attendees. But because the time is quite limited, so I just read the last question. And for those questions we haven't answered, we will answer for them by the email later on. Okay, so the last question is, can this controller be used for CNC laser cutting machine?
Yes, we have a partner in the United States doing the CNC system. So their CNC system also can plug in on top of our Kinstar, and also based on the EtherCAT. So basically, I think I have answered this question, and you can also have a look in our Kinstar website. If you need more detailed information about the CNC feature on Kinstar, you can send me an email, and I am happy to provide you more information.
Okay, thank you very much for your answer, and thank you for your time with our webinar today. And I will end this webinar, and we will say goodbye to our attendees. Và kính thưa quý vị, do thời gian của chúng ta có hạn, đối với những cái câu hỏi mà chúng ta chưa được trả lời, chúng tôi xin phép sẽ lưu lại gửi cho diễn giả trả lời và gửi lại quý vị toàn bộ các câu hỏi, câu trả lời của buổi hội thảo ngày hôm nay. Và thay mặt ban tổ chức, chúng tôi xin chân thành cảm ơn sự tham dự của các diễn giả khách mời cũng như tất cả các quý vị đã dành thời gian tham gia chương trình và đã đặt rất là nhiều câu hỏi để chương trình của chúng ta rất là sôi nổi trong ngày hôm nay. Bài trình bày của diễn giả và các câu trả lời sẽ được gửi tới quý vị sau chương trình. Tiếp theo sau đây chúng ta sẽ có một bản khảo sát đánh giá về chương trình sẽ được gửi tới quý vị để chúng tôi có thể biết được thêm nhiều ý kiến của quý vị nhằm với mục đích nâng cao cơ sở chất lượng cho các chương trình của chúng tôi trong thời gian tới. Một lần nữa xin cảm ơn quý vị và hẹn gặp lại quý vị tại các sự kiện tiếp theo của triển lãm và hội thảo quốc tế về máy công cụ, cơ khí chính xác và gia công kim loại MT Việt Nam 2021. Xin chân thành cảm ơn và hẹn gặp lại.